Hi everyone, welcome to CEO Meets. I am joined today by Mike from Southern Co-op. Welcome, Mike.
Thank you, Pip. Good to be here. Thank you for inviting me on.
So, Mike, you obviously, the logo behind me says, there's this side, says welcome. So talk to me a bit about Southern Co-op and how that works with the welcome franchise side of things.
So quick bit of background on Southern Co-op. Southern Co-op based in Portsmouth. We are as it sounds, a cooperative, independent cooperative. We run 200 company stores that go from Devon across through to all the south coast counties through to Kent. So we've also got end-of-life services. So we own a number of stores of funeral homes, end-of-life stores as well that we own. And we also have 35 Starbucks stores as well. So we have that as a group. We have Welcome as a franchise of Southern Co-op. So we offer that to all independent retailers, and we have 52 franchise stores. The 52nd one opened on Wednesday this week.
Fantastic. Glad and pleased to hear that it was down in my neck of the woods, because it's always nice. But you have franchisees, both that are individual, don't you? But you also have some multi-unit franchisees. So kind of what's the growth plans for you?
So we've got, as you said, we've got single operators. So we have people who've just got husband and wife run one store, and they're quite happy with that. And we've got people who are really ambitious, and they've got 6 stores. I think our biggest franchise has got 12 stores with us. Others got 6, some have got 3, etc., etc. So we like to have both of them. We're happy to bring new franchisees in as well. We're seeing some good growth from the multi-site franchisees finding new sites because they still want to carry on. But we're also seeing some new people coming in, bringing new sites in into us. Once we get them on board, we're going to try and make sure that we look after them and buy loads of training, loads of support wherever we can, always available for them. We then find they said, you know what, we like this, we'll get another store. So that's what we try and do. And by that, that helps us grow. We're not going to be getting 20, 35, 40, 50 stores a year, Pip. We've got 52 at the moment. You know, if we can get into late or single, nearly up to double or single double digit figures per year, that's what we're looking at. And that's what we're aiming for the next 4 or 5 years. We're going to be limited in our area to how many we can get because they've got to be the right store, the right suitable, the right demographics. So that cuts us down. We're very, very, very choosy on who we take on board. We don't just take any store that applies to us. We normally turn down more than we actually take on.
That's nice to hear. We like it when a franchisor is hugely selective. So the last 12 months, you've obviously been able to trade, and it's a vital service that everybody needs. How have you found the last 12 months, and how have you been supporting your franchisees to cope with, I'm guessing, what is probably more of an increased demand rather than a decreased one?
It was an absolute challenge last year. You know, obviously, just before this time last year, I mean, this time last year, we were seeing stores with increases of 100%. You know, over 100% in turnover. Customers were buying anything. You know, that panic buying just went really silly. So stores were getting cleared out of stuff that had been on the shelves for 5 years. In some cases, obviously all within date, but just in there.
Obviously.
Absolutely. And that was all being cleared out. So all the slow movers that people had, you know, gathering dust, shelf warmers that we call them, they went. So we managed to clear a clean slate, but trying to get the stock into stores, that was a real challenge. And I think one of the biggest challenges, and as well at the same time as that, with the communication to stores, because when you're really busy just trying to think, oh my God, we haven't got any of this, we haven't got any of that, how we can get it. It wasn't just Co-op, it was every single retailer out there, as you know. And we were trying, and the communication was really difficult. So we thought, right, let's just put a date in the diary every week for Teams meetings. And that was the start of it. And then we did that every week for weeks and weeks and weeks, and we updated franchisees. We couldn't make it any easier or worse for them. What we were trying to do was just to say, look, this is where we are. So they knew. We also were updating them on the COVID regulations. Just a quick name drop here, but Association of Convenience Stores, you know, they're a trade body for the convenience store business. They were amazing with their communication and everything else to the retail trade. So we picked up on that. So obviously British Franchise Association, but we only just about joined then. So obviously since then, we obviously pick up all your information as well, Pip. But
I was going to say, we absolutely, all us trade associations worked well to increase levels of communication, which I think franchisors did really well. We've seen a huge strengthening, I think, of relationships throughout the whole sector.
Yeah, we did really well. And what really amazed me on the learnings for last year was how the store franchisees found local products. They worked with their local suppliers. They kept their customers safe. You know, we found sanitizer for them when it's difficult to get, but we were looking at screens for tills. Do you know what? The franchisees came up with screens for the tills and everything that were cheaper than we could get because they were looking at local suppliers. So we said, you know what, we'll have some of that. We'll recommend that to the other franchisees. You know, we don't have a monopoly on good ideas. So what they did locally, home delivery's gone through the roof. You know, I'm sure you've seen some headlines about that. We've had franchisees doing 100 deliveries a day, and that's using phones and emails and, you know, not all the big systems that are available yet, but yeah, some stores, their turnover, some of the turnovers were 50% of the store turnover was home delivery.
Yeah, and it's tough, isn't it? Because, you know, we clap on, you know, the frontline workers and the NHS staff, rightly so, but absolutely the same. You know, these people didn't have a choice, did they? They had to go to work regardless. So a tough year and really well handled from a franchisor perspective.
Yeah, we haven't done too badly. And I said, the good thing for the franchisees is they've actually made some good relationships with their local suppliers as well now. And to us, although we've got a franchise, you know, we like to give our franchisees a bit more leeway. So I call it best of both. So they have the franchise offer, they have the co-op offer, but they can also get their local stuff in to make it really local and serve their local community. So doing this has really helped them to do that. And some of those suppliers have actually found it a real lifeline as well, to keep them going during COVID as well.
Yeah, I think it's brilliant. The Shop Local, the whole campaign, we did one obviously for franchising as well, so that people recognise that, you know, just because there's a big brand behind you doesn't mean you're not a local business person. In terms of the kind of, you know, caliber of a franchisee and what you're looking for, what are some of the key attributes you look for in a potential franchisee?
So I think there's two sides to that. One is somebody who hasn't got a retail store at the moment, and somebody who has got a retail store at the moment who wants to change to us for a different brand.
Okay.
So the one that between both of them, I would say both of those types of people is passion. You know, when I go and see them, do I get that passion from them that they really want to do this? This is what they want to do. They're going to help their local customers. They're not just in it for the money. It helps money, obviously, but I want to make sure, are they going to be working with their local communities? If they're an existing retailer who's got stores, then I will go and visit those stores. I'll look at their standards. If their standards are good enough, then we'll look at the next step. If they're not good enough, I'm not going to go forward. I just don't want the numbers. I want to make sure they're the right ones.
A final question for you, Mike. If you're talking to a potential franchisee and they're looking at just franchising as a concept, what would be your top tip? You know, when you're looking at which franchise is right for you, what's the top tip you would give them?
Exactly the same as I tell my potential franchisees who want to join me. Don't take my word for it. I can give you some background. I can give you my website. I can give you the documentation. Go and talk to existing franchisees. You know, if you can, more than one, if they're in your locality, but if you're going to spend some money on it and you want to invest, you want to go and visit a few and have a chat with them. Just go and talk to them. They will tell you if what I'm saying is correct or not. And you will get it from them. And that's what I like to do. That's what I always say to a franchise prospect. If you want to know what we're doing, go and talk to the people and hear it from them. Without me, without any of my team, go and talk to them and they'll tell you exactly how it is.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time today, Mike. It's been awesome talking to you.
Thank you, Pip. Thank you for the opportunity.